And welcome to the Ruby Tuesday. My name is Ruben, and this is my review for Netflix's Drama Llama Virgin River Season 3. So at the end of Season 2, we saw, and spoilers if you haven't watched Season 1 and 2, but I'm guessing if you're watching a review for Season 3, then you obviously watched it. So this is just my quick warning, just in case you clicked on this video and went, I think I'm in the wrong place. End of Season 2, we saw Jack get shot, and it left us there hanging, and all the fans and the couples around the world went, what on earth? How can they leave us like that? It's a pretty cruel place to leave an audience, but a good way to make you come back. It's weirdly shot, the first episode, in that the story kind of skips on what happens with Jack at the beginning. Obviously, he's alive because he's one of the main protagonists, so you kind of know that he would have been alive, but you weren't quite sure. So there was always that worry, though, they're just going to write that character out a little bit, but for the most part, I think you'd be thinking, he's kind of fine. But when they get down to it, at the beginning of Season 3, they just kind of skip past it, and it's like 3 weeks later, and we're seeing what's happened to our characters in that moment. I feel like if you're on board with this series for the first 2 seasons, then you're going to be on board with Season 3. Like, what can I say that you're going to go, what's different with Season 3, Ruben? Really, the story, it continues the storyline arcs that we've been going for. So Hope is in an interesting place. Hope is the character that I really like, her growth as a character, and that's pretty much why I keep watching this series, because I really like the character growth. At the beginning of this series, they were probably characters that you really disliked. Hope was one of them. I just found like she was that busybody person that just liked to be in everybody's news. She was that person that just spread gossip around town. She wanted to do from a good place, she wanted to help people, but eventually ends up causing more strife and hurt to her relationships as well, to her own personal relationships. And so she was written like that. A lot of the characters in the beginning of the first season came across as very two-dimensional because they had a lot of worlds to create and build. This time, because they've built and established that, they're just going off the character backgrounds that we've had and been given. So as an example, Hope has come a long way, and she's obviously rekindling her relationship with her Dr. Lover, ex-husband. It's that sort of storyline, the on and off again relationship that she's had throughout the seasons, and so they concentrate on that quite a lot. Jack is obviously dealing with PTSD. He's dealing with stuff that is in his past, and that feels like what happens with pretty much every one of our characters. There's definitely going to be those characters that you continue to hate, like Charmaine. I really dislike her character. I've never liked her character. I know we're meant to feel sorry for her. She's the pregnant woman with the twins. Just the way she's written, every single interaction makes me just going, why does she act like that? Why can't she see that this is not just about her? And all the writing suggests, yes, but you're meant to be caring for her only because she's the one carrying the twins. And the whole time you're like, yes, but. And so it definitely makes you think and makes you choose which characters you love and hate. It's the perfect kind of character drama that you kind of, once you start watching, you're in for all the episodes. Which leads me to ask you, which is your favorite character? It does do the classic kind of things that in the writing where you go, ugh, not this again. In Season 2, you probably did that when there's a certain character that's already been wiped off the map, and then someone turns up and goes, hey, I'm the twin brother, I'm also a detective, and you must have been going like this. Seriously, you couldn't have come up with any other writing bit like that? That for me was a little bit annoying. However, the themes that the show concentrates on are always what ends up being the main arc of the story. So, we're dealing with love and loss from the first 2 seasons is a big part of that. Again, Season 3 is going to be about love and loss. And loss is a big part of the character-driven arc in this season. I think it's going to make you a bit sad. There's one particular character that it concentrates this arc on, which I'm not going to spoil. Suffice to say that I should have seen it coming, and there were clues along the way, and I was guessing, but when it does, like when the hammer drops, you're like, oh no, we're going to go through this as a storyline. And it's never really shied away from dealing with those themes. We've had the mother who has lost her husband and her baby. And they've dealt with that a lot, and that continues to be a part of it. And the relationships go up and down. We have young love, between Lizzie. Doc is going through something of his own. Each character goes through so much drama. It's like one of those dramas where as soon as there's something good happening, you get scared and worried because the writers have written in an amount of stuff that's going to make these characters go through more than what the average person can go. So it's like in a lifespan, so many things are just piled on, and you rarely get that in season 3. In fact, I think it's in the 3rd episode where Preacher's talking to someone about Jack and how much Jack's character has gone through, and there's only so much you can go through until your character snaps. And I felt that for almost every single character that is shone the limelight, where the writers have gone, okay, now you're going to have to deal with this. So it does become kind of cliche in that way, but because you're invested, you kind of want to know what's going to go on. I'm not going to talk about the ending because I think I'll leave that for you to discover. Thanks so much for watching this, but most of all, until next time, remember, live long and Tuesday.